I feel angry, sad, resigned, shocked, numb. I'm Jessie from Jazz Therapy, and I'm here today with another series of Over the Rainbow, where I will talk to you about a current topic in the news and pair that with a meditation and a jazz ballad. Now, you're probably asking, why do I feel these emotions and what am I referring to? Well, a couple days ago, the Trump administration announced that they were going to withhold $6 billion in funding, in education funding to states all across the country. Specifically, a lot of this funding goes to target after-school programs for low-income children, often whom are children of color, in addition to English language learner programs. And I am pretty effing livid that this has happened. It shouldn't be a surprise, and yet it is a surprise, and I can feel waves of anger pulsating through my body. I didn't think I was going to get emotional until later, but that's okay, because these cuts are going to have very real world implications in terms of who and how they affect, and especially children whose parents have to work, who are already low income or struggle are going to be the most affected by this. So we have two choices. Well, I guess there's probably a couple more, but either turn off the news and act like it's not happening, like a lot of the super rich, and just not give any Fs, or actually take it in and absorb it and get angry about it and not do anything about it, or maybe take it in, feel your emotions like I'm doing, try to take care of them, and then try to do something about it. And of course, we will always listen to jazz, this incredible art form invented by Black Americans that I truly believe is the best music in the world. So if you're like me and you have big feelings come up when you watch the news, that's okay. It is par for the course right now. However, we cannot give in to despair. As I said in my first video in this series, a very wise friend of mine who is a bodhisattva in his 70s told me that we globally, collectively, are going through this phase of collective darkness being brought up to the light so that the heart of humanity can continue to open. And he said to me, pray that the heart of humanity continues to open, because we simply cannot go on the way that we have been going on. And when I heard his words, as I said the first time, this really resonated with me at a deep level, because I know that that is true, that we have to continue to keep our lights alive, to pray, to meditate, to volunteer wherever we are called, and to keep ourselves bolstered, because that is how we are going to get through everything that is transpiring. So specifically, I wanted to do a short guided meditation for us, just to send loving kindness to all of the individuals and the children that will be impacted by these cuts. And then I will leave us with a jazz ballad, another rendition of Over the Rainbow, to take care of our feelings. So thanks for hanging in there with me. If you had feelings come up like I did, I might have some more too during the meditation. That's okay. We're just going to let anything that needs to arise be present. We just cannot hold on and become bittered and do nothing, because when we fall into apathy, that is the absolute worst place to be. All right, so find a comfortable seated position. You might be standing. You might need to lay down. Just really do whatever makes your body feel comfortable. And we're just going to take a couple of gentle, relaxed breaths in and breathe out through our mouth. Breathe in again. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe in again. Exhale through the mouth. Now just breathe at whatever rate feels natural and comfortable. And first, we're going to always start with ourselves to send ourselves this energy of loving kindness. I want you to imagine that from your heart center area, this golden light is filling your entire body, from your heart center up through the chest, neck, and head, down through the torso, groin, and legs. And you can say along with me, may I be peaceful, content, free from danger, and liberated. And now I want you to imagine that from your heart center area, you're going to send golden light out to cover all of the states in the United States, in the continental United States, also including Hawaii and Alaska and Puerto Rico, which is a protectorate. And specifically, we're going to send this golden light to all of the school children who are going to be affected by these cuts, to the Department of Education. All these school children and all these children who are learning English. So just imagine this golden light covering all of these states in Puerto Rico. May all of these sweet children, these divine souls, be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. And now we're going to do this again, the same golden light covering all of the states in Puerto Rico. May all of their parents who are working, low income, and trying to make ends meet, some of whom are immigrants or undocumented immigrants, also beautiful souls and divine children of God. May they be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. And staying with this golden light across all of the states in Puerto Rico, may everyone who works in different departments of education at the state and federal levels, may they be peaceful, content, free from danger, and may they be liberated. And finally, from your heart, I want you to send this golden beam of light to Washington, D.C., to the Department of Education and everyone who works there, head of the Department of Education appointed by President Trump. May they be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. And finally, to the White House, to President Trump, who is making these decisions that impact billions of people every day. And I know deep down, he has got to be suffering, to be spreading such suffering. We send this golden light to him. May he be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. May he make wise and just decisions. We're going to come back now to our own heart center area. Just take a couple more breaths with me. And I'm going to pray that the heart of humanity continues to open as we get through this turbulent time and the times ahead. May the darkness be brought to light, and may we love and uplift one another as we walk through the darkness. And take a couple of more deep breaths and come back to your heart center area. And when you're ready, just go ahead and open your eyes. I do feel a little better, so thank you for hanging in here with me through the end of this. Now let's get to the jazz, because jazz always helps me. We turn to art to elevate, to mirror, to uplift, and to offer us solace. So today's version of Over the Rainbow comes from none other than Dave Brubeck, who is a legendary American jazz pianist. And this is from his 2000 album entitled One Alone, where he is in the studio by himself. And this is an absolutely beautiful version of Over the Rainbow. And I thought Dave Brubeck was especially apropos for today's theme of cuts to education, because Dave Brubeck was somebody who really gave back in terms of education. At the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, there is a Brubeck Institute dedicated to educating jazz musicians. And Dave Brubeck has done a tremendous amount over the years in terms of providing workshops and education, and just continuing to give back to students as he promoted this incredible art form. So not only was he a composer and performer, he also was a big proponent of education. So I wanted to just channel his spirit of education and valuing community and the arts. So I will put a link in the description box to his version of Over the Rainbow. I would put this song in the category of emotional reverie. This song really kind of helps me to ponder and reflect, and also maybe emotional soothing. I think that's one of the categories I came up with as well. And all of these categories are on my website, www.jazztherapy.com. You can just click on categories of emotional listening. So check out this song. Let me know what you think in the comments, just how you felt doing this meditation. Thank you so much for being with me for this series. May jazz therapy soothe your soul.